At a recent international finance ministers meeting, an IMF official made a startling yet thought-provoking statement: if Japan collapses, their 10 million yen debt per capita might as well be 1,300 yuan, to the moon and back. It was hyperbolic, yes, but not without a deeper truth. Japan's debt level, per capita, is among the highest in the world. Each Japanese citizen, on average, carries the burden of over 10 million yen in public debt. And yet, Japan's society hums along in near-perfect synchronization, as if untouched by the staggering financial weight. For decades, Japan has held its place among the world's developed nations. Its per capita GDP hovered around $33,400 in 2014 and remains within the top ranks of global economies. The contradiction is glaring: a country burdened with sky-high public debt continues to maintain advanced infrastructure, leading-edge technology, and one of the highest standards of living in Asia. So what shields Japan from economic implosion? To understand this, one must first grasp the sheer size and complexity of Japan's financial structure. As of the end of 2024, the Japanese economy has accumulated debt worth over 3.2 quadrillion yen, with a historic high of 12.85 million yen recorded in March 2015. Compared to other nations, this is monumental, 12 times Italy's burden and over 480 times that of Greece at the peak of its crisis. Japan's debt-to-GDP ratio has soared to a jaw-dropping 249.6%, the highest among any major economy. Yet, the market reacts with calm indifference. Investors still buy Japanese government bonds (JGBs), and the nation faces no visible capital flight. Why? The answer lies in Japan's domestic-centric economic model. Nearly half of its government bonds are held internally, primarily by the Bank of Japan, domestic banks, pension funds, and individual investors. The central bank itself owns over 50% of the total national debt, a figure that ballooned from just 11% in 2013. This domestic absorption creates a financial cushion that insulates Japan from international market turbulence. Government spending remains massive. Public expenditures make up about 47% of Japan's GDP, far surpassing the United States' 28% and Germany 19%. However, Japan's central bank continues to purchase national bonds at an extraordinary rate, about 10 trillion yen monthly, despite maintaining interest rates near zero. This zero-yield approach, counterintuitive to Western models, helps Japan service its debts affordably and avoid hyperinflation. The paradox becomes clearer through Tokyo's daily rhythm. Commuters fill high-speed trains, department stores bustle with tourists, and technology firms like Sony, Toyota, and SoftBank dominate global sectors. While other nations struggle with inflation, unemployment, and rising interest rates, Japan's stability, though not without fragility, remains intact. One major contributor to this resilience is Japan's vast domestic savings. Japanese households collectively hold over 2 quadrillion yen in financial assets, about half of which are in low-risk deposits. In stark contrast, only 13% of U.S. household assets are in similar forms. This conservative financial behavior creates an enormous pool of internal capital, which the government can tap into via bond sales and investment vehicles. Corporate Japan also plays a unique role in maintaining economic equilibrium. Companies like Toyota recycle earnings through internal banking channels, purchasing government bonds and contributing to a circular, self-sustaining economy. Nearly 91% of retained corporate earnings are reinvested domestically, creating an internal transfusion system that sustains national liquidity. Even more remarkable is Japan's demographic influence on economic policy. Citizens over the age of 60 now account for more than a third of the population, and hold a similar proportion of national household assets. Having lived through the bursting of Japan's economic bubble in the 1990s, this generation prefers stable, low-risk financial instruments, funneling their savings into government securities and institutional bonds. Japan's financial institutions, in turn, have become adept at managing these funds. The Ministry of Finance and Bank of Japan operate with extraordinary precision, executing thousands of bond transactions per minute through high-frequency trading systems. Despite an aging society and shrinking workforce, Japan's economy remains globally competitive, thanks in part to its technological advancements. Its strategic control of high-tech supply chains, particularly in semiconductors and robotics, further protects the country from global shocks. For instance, 80% of the semiconductor manufacturing equipment used worldwide comes from Japanese firms. During the US-China chip tensions, Japan's role became even more vital, with Tokyo brokering deals that prioritized its automotive industry's chip access. Moreover, Japan's extensive overseas assets act as a secondary economic shield. Companies like Toyota have seen profits in North America soar by over 60% due to the yen's depreciation, while retail giants like Uniqlo have expanded across Europe. These international earnings, often filtered through internal transfer pricing systems, are then reinvested back into Japan, bolstering its balance of payments. The nation's economic playbook also involves clever legal and legislative maneuvers. In 2015, when the Federal Reserve hinted at rate hikes, Japan passed emergency provisions allowing insurers to convert pension reserves into higher-yielding assets, effectively stabilizing foreign exchange risks and bolstering institutional portfolios. Critics often point to Japan's aging population, stagnant wages, and slow growth as signs of an inevitable collapse. But these challenges are met with uniquely Japanese adaptations. The country's low-prevention survival mode, as some economists call it, relies not on aggressive expansion but careful maintenance of stability, prioritizing continuity over growth. In global terms, Japan has built a financial firewall few nations can replicate. From its high domestic debt absorption to a culturally reinforced savings ethos, and from its technological dominance to a bureaucratic class trained in fiscal engineering, Japan presents a paradox. It is a country weighed down by more debt than any other developed economy, and yet it shows little sign of imminent crisis. The quiet hum of Tokyo's subways, the precision of its industrial robots, and the discipline of its savers all point to a deeper truth: Japan's economic system, while unconventional, is robust in ways that defy traditional metrics. It is a nation where 10 million yen in personal debt does not spark panic but underlines an intricate, carefully managed financial system designed to endure, not collapse. In the face of staggering debt, Japan remains a global economic powerhouse, not because it ignores fiscal reality, but because it redefines it. Through an intricate blend of domestic financing, high household savings, institutional control, and technological dominance, the country has built a financial system that prizes resilience over rapid growth. While the rest of the world views towering debt as a signal of looming crisis, Japan turns it into a managed risk, one buffered by cultural discipline and economic design. It is not immune to challenges, but in its paradox lies a deeper lesson: sometimes, survival is the most sophisticated form of success.